Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with Me Heard 37. So I was looking around for some planes and I decided we'd fly the Cessna 337 Skymaster. I do love that plane. And so we have some jobs over here at KFKN, Franklin Municipal, Rose in Franklin, Virginia. KFKN going over to KCLT, which is Charlotte, North Carolina. We can seat 5 people, which is good because we got 5 jobs. It was weird. I had another one up here. It said location KFKN, but it said from another area to KCLT. Even though even in the list it says from KFKN. It's kind of weird. That's like the second time in the past couple of days. It tells you the location is one place, but then it says from a different place. It's odd, but luckily there was another one I could replace it with. So we got our full 5 people. It's going to pay $4,635. Let's see, 1,019 pounds of, I guess, people, you could say, all 5 people, and I fueled it up a little bit, up to 50%, which is 75 gallons. I'll tell you about the distance. Let's see, the distance, like 215 nautical miles. We cruise 140, although I don't remember, I think it's actually a little bit less than that. Using 18 gallons an hour, so that basically gives us like 4 hours worth of fuel. We won't need anything close to that, but that's alright because we only pay for what we use. Alright, so let's go over here to FS Commander. And I was kind of thinking maybe when we get down here we could use ATC. Charlotte is usually extremely busy, so maybe we'll use ATC when we get. I just hope they don't tell us that they're IFR. Look up here at, what is it, Franklin, Virginia. You see the wind coming from like the east-northeast. We're going to take off on runway 9. It's a heading of 091. Actually, this direction, not to the left. And like I say, if they are IFR or whatever, we'll just come in and we will land on runway 18 left right here. That's a heading of 184. Now I want 18 left because the parking is, if we park at a normal parking area, it would be over here. I don't want to come in on they call this 19. Is it 18 left or 18 right? Because see, they have, this is 36 center. Which, wouldn't that be this 36 right? There's not another runway, so that's kind of odd. But anyhow, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. All of her glory. I love the Skyhawk. It's just such a unique look. I really like that. Anyhow, let's go ahead and we'll start the flight. Remove 180 pounds. Ignore that, because it's wrong. From what I can see. Alright. Alright, so I've got procedures for her. I don't think we've ever flown this with procedures. We've just done it by memory as much as I can remember. Alright, let's say, go down here. I don't even remember where the parking brake is. I believe it's, yeah, right over here. Alright, so the parking brake is on. Gotta remember where all those switches are and everything. Landing gear switch is down. Avionics power switch. I gotta remember where that freaking avionics power switch is. I know that's our master switch. Can't even remember where the avionics power switch is. We're gonna have to find it. It's over here, isn't it? Yes, and it is off. I haven't flown this in probably a couple weeks. Alright, so electric equipment is all off. Battery and alternators, we can go ahead and turn those on. Like I said, it's for both engines. Cowling flaps are open. So open those. Fuel selectors, front tank, it says front tank, left tank, and rear, or sorry, front engine, left tank, rear engine, right tank. Let's go ahead and look. I think the left is on the top, I'm wanting to say. So that's the right. That's left. Well, that says all. It's kind of odd. Yes, and on the right tank says fuel, check the quantity. I'm not even sure that it can show the quantity. I don't even know where it shows the quantity, by the way. It's not, doesn't look like it's over here. Fuel flow, RPM, manifold pressure, exhausted gas temperature. I guess it'll be over here. So I guess it does show it. And we should be right at 50%. So that looks like that's correct. Cabin pressure, I don't know that we have cabin pressure. I don't remember seeing cabin pressure in here before. I thought we had, this was the H model, but maybe I'm thinking about the station air. So maybe we don't have that because I don't remember seeing that. So in that case, we don't have to actually mess with cabin pressure or anything. Mixtures both go to full rich. Alright, 100%. Props go into high RPM. They are there. The throttles are closed. We can go over here. The auxiliary fuel pump. So I think we're going to start the right one first. So the pump goes on high. Now we advance the right throttle to get 60 on the fuel flow. It's right there. Then return that back to idle. And now I believe we can turn this off. Prop area we'll say is clear. Go ahead with the ignition. It actually says advance that slowly, but it's already started. And then we take the throttle actually to 800 to 1000 RPM. It's pretty much right there at, so I'll go ahead and leave it there. Oil pressure. Yeah, it sucks, so we gotta go clear over there. There's the temperature, oil temperature, pressure. It's coming up on the right. Now let's go ahead and we'll do the left, or should I say the front engine. I do believe that was the front. Turn that on high. Kind of need to come over here. Geez, with these views and the way you have to do everything, kind of sucks. Fuel flow up to 60. Right there. Bring that back. This comes off. Bring that up a little bit. And bring that back. Now I'll add a little RPM here. Now that because we're on both. I was wondering that I didn't want to bring the right one up because I had it set to both. Alright, so the right pressure is looking good in pretty much both of them. They're both on the green, so it looks like we're alright. Let's go ahead and turn the avionics power switch on. See if that'll say this off. There we go. Alright, so everything looks set there. And next is not until the power up. By the way, I just realized they forget to tell you to turn on the beacon. Obviously you need the beacon on. I'm not sure why it forgets. It tells you that later when you're ready for takeoff. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the pitot heat as well. Is that my ice light to the right of that? Yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead. Good, there's no tower here. Tune to the traffic. Runway for takeoff is runway 9. And that's our taxi to it.
Kilo November traffic. Skymaster is taxiing to runway 9er.
And the heading for that is 091. think it sucks is I think that's it's somewhat of a long taxi. Taxi lights on. I'll bring the Yoka back. Alright, let's start taxiing over. And it doesn't say to bring the mixtures back while we're taxiing. I thought when you're on the ground, you're always supposed to lean it out. I think we need to taxi over here, and then we taxi on down to another one. Because wasn't there like 3, it seems like 3 runways? I believe that's ours right there. Maybe there's only 2 runways. Either way, that thing was about to get flying off on me. Bring the power down a little bit. There's like flashing smoke. That's kind of odd. Flashing smoke. Yeah, so I think it's gotta be yes, clear over there. So I do believe this is a runway here. Landing lights and strobe come on. It's also, is our transponder in standby? I think it's off, so I'll put it in standby. I do believe this is a runway. At this, I don't see the runway markings, but I could have sworn this was a runway. I'm gonna leave them on just in case. Nobody there and there. No, this definitely looks like a runway here. Maybe this is a runway not in use, I don't know. Taxi on down here. So I guess we'll do our run up. I don't know if we should. Yeah, we'll do it on our own runway. I don't think you'd want to sit on someone else's runway and do your run up. Not that there will be anyone here. Actually, although if that's the active, then technically we should do it there. Before we get onto the runway. So yeah, I guess that's what we'll do. Here she be. Stop right here. Parking brake coming on. Alright, so our before takeoff checklist. Parking brake is set. Flight controls. Make sure they're free and correct. Looks good. Rudder pedals good. Flight instruments set and checked. We've got all our lights on. Heading is set. We should be good there. Fuel mixtures, selectors, and quantities, recheck. They're still on about half. So that's good. Fuel mixture is full rich. So everything looks good. 1800 RPM. Looks right there. Magnetos. I should have done it right back. There we go. Looks good. Rear engine looks good. Props. It says check feathering to 1200 RPM. I don't actually think I took that. That mark is 15, so 1200. And alternators. Oh, I do have a view over here. I don't know where our battery, our voltages and everything are. Let's see, suction gauge. Over here, that's good. It says synchro phaser off. I'm not sure where. I can check. I'm not sure if we have that down here or not. I guess this is our voltage area. So I guess that looks alright. Now, normal takeoff, it says... here's where it says to turn on your beacon, to strobe, and nav lights, everything, which is ridiculous. Should have said beacon earlier. Flaps go from up to 1/3 down, so I'll put them at the third. Now, the power for the H model, you go 37 inches. D model is only 25 inches. Like I said, I thought we had the H. Here's the prop synchro phaser. And it should be off. It looks like it is off as well. So I guess we'll go to 37 inches. At ATC, we are departing to the west.
Kilo Foxtrot, Kilo November.
Make sure nobody's coming.
Taking off runway 9er, departure to the west.
Reset that. Transponder on. Let's go ahead and take the runway. Actually, I guess we are the D model because you can't even get to 37 inches. 25 is the max. So I guess we will be going to 25 inches. I guess the H is, I'm thinking of the stationary, which I've been flying. Right there's 25 inches. I don't know if I can go above that. Yeah, I can't go above that. Right there in the green. Let's go ahead and rotate. Tap the brakes. Go ahead and retract the gear. We're up and away. I'm going to go ahead and retract the flaps. Lose some of that drag. Here comes the hard part, trying to read procedures with one and use one hand. In or out climb. So we're going to bring her back here in a second to 22 inches and 2,450 RPM. Alright, there's about 22 inches, 2,450 RPM. Let me look over at that gauge. And I just lost my procedures. They flew off because of the fan. I think we gotta go one more. 2,450, that looks pretty good right there. In a mixture, it says adjust to about 90 per hour. We're already less than that. Alright, now I can use my hands. I'll bring the nose up. It says maximum performance climb is at 95 knots, and we're way over that. We're up around 110 almost. Up in the clouds now. hate flying with only instruments. Come back around, straighten up, we'll come back to our line right there. By the way, we can hit CDI on our GPS. I'm trying to trim it up. Because I know we can climb at least 700 feet a minute. Hold her right there. Although we're a little off to the left now. Could go ahead and use autopilot. Autopilot is on. I don't know if we have a yaw damper. We're on navigation, so it'll follow the line. I don't think this thing has vertical speed. Descending is kind of a pain with this thing. Of course, heading, holding it. All right. I'm not sure if that's the glide slope. I don't know. Check my other next page. All right, and we'll go on up to 8,500 feet. Bring the power up a little bit. And then when we get to cruise, we'll go 12 to 16 inches and 2,200 to 2,450 on the RPM. Don't want to go past 75% power. This says 75% power is determined using the Cessna power computer, which is this thing right here. We'll close the cowling flaps, elevator and rudder trim will be adjusted, and mixtures lean for the cruise fuel flow using the EGT, which really doesn't work. I guess we also, I don't think I have a view for it. Put those in flight. So that's the thing, I don't know if I can trim it myself. Yeah, I can't adjust our rate of climb. Which is kind of a pain. So we're kind of just going up at this thing's own speed. Bring that up over here. Alright, so it's 213 miles from here, a little less than 2 hours. Desired track is 257. Go ahead and set that. Should have gone the other way with her. .257. Go ahead and turn the taxi light off. Yeah, now that we just wait for 8,500 feet, let me check the EGT gauge. Well, give me a reading with the mouse. Nope. But it doesn't move. I don't think it moves fluidly. That's why I don't think it works at all. It just kind of is like preset. It's right there in the middle. It moved a little bit. I can't tell. It looks like it maybe went up a little bit. Yeah, I don't think it totally works correctly. Come up on 4,400. 210 miles to go, so tell you what, I'll go ahead and speed her on up, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down to normal speed. Man, I had a problem on the descent. I could not get this thing to go down, even when I throttled back to idle. So I'm having to push down on the forward. And eventually, I started trimming it. At one point, man, we would start going straight nose down. I think I got her. So I got her holding right here at about 2,900 feet. Just went ahead and held it. Obviously, this airport, Charlotte, is going to be IFR, so there's no point in even talking to the tower. We'll just come in and land. Let me try this again. Altitude hold. I'm going to switch that off and see if it'll let me go down. I'm trimming it. You can see right here, but you can see it's fighting back to like hold at what altitude was at. It doesn't make any sense. Let me bring that all the way back here. Till I get the warning. There it is. Now it is descending now. I couldn't get it to do it earlier. I'm not sure exactly what the problem was. I didn't write down the ILS frequency. I'm not sure why I didn't. Whoa. I accidentally hit that power lever. So let me go. Actually, I don't have the view for it. Let me go ahead and hit the low pumps. Should be on green, I do believe. Takeoff and landing, yes. Now I can turn those pumps off. We are full rich and high RPM. Heading will be of the runway will be 184. I used to know on occasion how I could not that I don't remember how to do it now, but bring up the nearest airports and all that. I'm not sure about this GPS, but I used to know how to do it. Prop synchrophaser is off, all of our lights are on, so we're pretty much ready to land. Airport elevation 745 feet. So if anything, we'll probably be a little bit on the high side. Although, well, we're going to be like 13 miles out. Wow. Well, don't want to hit that, fly into that. We'll bring in some more power here. Slow our descent rate a little bit. I should have written the ILS frequency. I've never tried ILS, I don't think, with this plane. We might have tried it in St. Louis, but I know if it was St. Louis, it probably wouldn't have worked. Because the ILS there seems to be messed up. Can't tell. I think we turned a little late. Kind of hard to tell. "12 miles out. I'm gonna have her go ahead and hold the altitude right here. We're just over 1,000 above. And right under 100 miles, I started thinking, you know, it didn't look like we were using much fuel, so I went ahead and enriched the mixture as well there. Because I don't want FSEconomy to be like, hey, you cheater, you didn't use enough fuel. You can see we're not lined up. I've got the course set. Looks like there's a flash over there. Visibility. The past few days, it seems like every airport I've flown into has just been absolute rubbish, man. Just the weather. All the raining and crap. It's been terrible. See if I've gone too far or not, trying to fix it. 184, I don't see it ahead of us just yet. It's 9 miles out. Might be too far over to the left now. It does look like it. Come over a little bit more. Oh, man. Weather is just terrible. I haven't seen anyone on... I don't know if maybe this doesn't actually have TCAS or whatever. I haven't seen anybody around. 8 miles out. At least we have some visibility. It's when the clouds are real low that we have the real problem. It looks like we're heading right at it. Move the range down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh hell. That just about hit us. Gosh, we came over to the left way too much. Kind of glad I did that. I'm not sure how much we would have been off, but damn. Like I said, I really need the ILS. Right there. There's the lights. Autopilot coming off. Can't get the nav to come off. I tried that earlier. For some reason it doesn't come off. Alright, we're under 140 knots. We can go ahead and put our gear out. I think I pointed to the other one. I meant this one. To our left. Came over it just a little bit again. Charlotte Douglas. Haven't been here for a little while as well. Flaps coming out. Get that off for a little high now. Bring down the power a little bit more. I'm not sure if that's full flaps or if that's 2/3. I believe that's 2/3. Full flaps. Oh, there's someone getting on the runway right now. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? If he'd go now, it'd be alright. Oh, yeah. I'll be right in your wake. Nonsense. I kind of figured something like that would happen. It's Charlotte Douglas. It's extremely busy. This is probably the airport I've had the most problems with traffic. If I was thinking, I would have turned it down. I was kind of wanted that taxiway. I'll go to the next one. Yeah, this is the one with the... the one that sticks out in my mind is the DC-8 trying to take off. And a big cluster sitting 8 back in the... They just kind of all came to a stop because they got all confused. Started blocking each other, so I taxied in through the grass onto the runway. It's just really busy here. Alright, we'll stop her right here. Come down here, we can turn off the landing lights and the strobe. Let me see here, I don't know that it has anything else from the procedures. It just says after landing, cowling flaps open and flaps retract. Doesn't even tell you about the lights. Cowling flaps open, especially for the rear. This one, I guess, has the overheating problem. I'm guessing that's not modeled into this plane. I guess we can really just kind of park wherever we want. Transponder can go to standby. I'm gonna just go over here and park. Like I say, I don't think it really matters. Park right over here. Get rid of that yoke. We can also flip off our taxi light because we're not taxiing. And let FSEconomy grab it. So we turn on the parking brake. Hopefully it'll accept it. Alright, so securing the airplane, the parking brake is set. Idle speed. It says check, what, 575 to 625 RPM. We're actually above that. There's nothing I can do. I don't know why you would do that. Let's see. Turn off the pitot heat. Because this is says go straight to the avionics master switch, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. All the electric equipment looks like it's off. Mixture goes to idle cutoff. Go ahead and move those down. Ignition switches. Why are you still kind of running? Ignition switches go off. Alternator and batteries go off. Hit that beacon now that the engine is stopped. Responder goes off. Alright, let's go over to... Well, you know what? Did I even stop? Alright, good. Let's go over to FSEconomy and get ourselves paid. Alright, everybody. Income was $4,635. Cost to rent it was $243 an hour. We actually rent it for 2 hours 19 minutes. That's one of our longest flights in FSEconomy. Oh, we got tornado sirens going off. Sorry, what can I do about that? Alright, so that cost us $565.92. I used $151.83 worth of fuel. The ground crew fee was $463.50. So those costs, alright, there was $615.33. We paid $338, a little ding from the bonus. Earnings this flight $3,450.37. $390.37 to YT Flyers and $3,060 to the pilot, which doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't matter because, as I say, I'm the head of the group, so it always goes right to the group. I'm not even gonna add that all up. Plus, we got tornado sirens in the background, which probably sound great. So I'll just go ahead and end it here, everybody. Hope you all did enjoy this episode, and I'll catch you guys on the next flight.